What's going on, guys? So in this video we are going to talk about the ever so sensitive subject controversial subject, and it comes up a lot because I'm a e-commerce coach, consultant, and course maker. And so I'm just gonna kind of give my 2 cents and what I think about this. So the subject at hand is, should e-commerce coaches, consultants, course makers say anything as far as recommendations, advice, information, whatever, for sales tax, income tax, bookkeeping, auditing, business formation, information. Should they say anything, or should they just shut the hell up? Okay, this is my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just me, and this is what I do, and this is why I do it. Okay, so please watch the fullness of the video. But again, if you don't agree with it, I understand. This is just me. So, I've used multiple softwares, multiple services, okay, multiple CPAs. There's a reason. So not every CPA, and I for one will tell you this, not every CPA is good, all right? So the reality is, whether they're licensed or not, some suck, okay? Some are overpriced. Some don't know what they're doing. Some are learning as they go. Some are just like a huge liability because they don't know what they're doing, because they just literally, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they can end up putting yourself as they can like put yourself in a bad place that you don't want to be in. So and I for one have had multiple people that I didn't like, and they did some stuff that definitely hurt us. From a sales tax perspective, income tax perspective. So I literally, I mean, it takes a minute to find who you feel is going to be the best candidate. So so whether we sit here and say, oh well, it's not, it kind of is my duty in a sense as a consultant or a course maker to at least give experience. Okay, like, this is what cost me $5 grand. This is what cost me 10 grand, or this is what wasted a shit ton of time, a year, and set me back a year. This is what caused me this. So I like to give experiences, but again, I always say disclaimers on anything that I ever say. So just so we all are clear on that, I say it before I say a tax thing, or whether it's income tax or sales tax. I'm always like, disclaimer. Look, verify with your licensed professional. You all should have one, but verify with your licensed professional to see if this is right. Okay, make sure it is, because before you actually do anything, because everybody has a unique situation. I can't sit there and be like, because I don't live in your state, I don't live in your country, I don't have the same business entity you have. I can't sit there. I don't do this as a this is my career, but I can go over things that that I have dealt with that you kind of want to look out for in some senses, or you might want to in some situations that could apply, right? This is kind of an example, but again, I'm sure things have changed. But I originally had hired 2 years ago, or I tried to hire a company. I won't mention the name, Ellie Davis, and they were trying to. I kind of asked them. I was like, I'm really concerned about Nexus, and I don't really know what to do. This is before even anybody was even doing anything on Nexus, but kind of concerned on Nexus. I just don't know what licenses to get, which licenses not to get. And they were like, okay, well, we don't know either, so what we got to do is go through everything. We have to do an audit of your entire books, and then it'll cost 10 grand, and to determine where you have economic nexus. Okay, so that's what's changed in the past 2 years. Like, versus now, you have TaxJar and Avalara softwares that just literally, like, boom, and it shows you everything everywhere you have economic nexus. Okay, boom, $10,000 in savings. So it's obvious, like, things have changed. I'm sure Elliot Davis is not charging that same amount. If they are, or I'm sure they have a software or something like that just to compete. But yeah, I mean, like, if you didn't know, I mean, you just went right to that type company. I mean, that's like huge. Like, I mean, that's a you know, you're gonna be getting crushed as far from a financial perspective, because you could have used that 10,000 for, like, I don't know, FBA, or I don't know, just like, you know, for PPC or something like that. You could have definitely used that money. So I'm about trying to, you know, help people save money from all the mistakes and all the money I've freaking wasted and the time I've wasted with a bunch of dopes. Okay, I've used a lot of dopes. And there's been times where, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I actually had to look and verify, is this CPA even licensed? Because I feel like I know more information than they do. Like 100%. Like literally, I was like, I got to look up to see if this person's licensed. I got to see. Like I got to call and verify this. Like 100%. Like it's just not possible. But again, the reality is like if you have a team, and I use Empire Tax, but if you have a team that is always staying up with times and always going to conferences and always learning stuff, and adapting to the new changes, whether it's sales tax or income tax, which they change like the drop of a hat, that's what you want. That is exactly what you want, because you know that they're always going to give you that up-to-date information. Just like when, like, this is a perfect example. Like, just like when Amazon changes in some senses for, like, you know, suspensions, or in some senses for just, I don't know, just the certain things that do occur. I mean, with the courses and some of the stuff that we do on the groups, I mean, my job is to, you know, safeguard as much as I can. I mean, when I made the course, I mean, my goal with that was to really help people, you know, safeguard themselves. You know, and obviously we want to make money, but you want to keep money. You want to be able to, like, not get your account, like, taken away from you. And you want to have, you know, obviously, like, a whole, like, you know, like, thought process, or what's the word I'm looking for? You want to have an ability to kind of, you know, think of ways to find solutions within yourself, like, you know, based on, you know, some of the information I'm giving you. So, but at the end of the day, in regards to, like, am I in the right by giving any kind of recommendations? I do feel like I am in the right from the way I word things. Okay, because I specifically word things very, very, like I word things in a way that aren't like an official thing. It's just like, this is something that you're going to want to confirm, but I want you to confirm it and ask your CPA this. I want you to ask your CPA that, this or that, and then see which one that what do they think? You know, what do they think about that? Okay, like, I'm always doing that. I'm not sitting there telling them to do this and, like, not do what your CPA is saying. I'm only saying, go to your CPA and ask them what they think, and which one's going to be the better software, or the better this, or the better that, because that's just that I feel like is something that that a coach or a course maker needs to do. They do. I'm leading. Essentially, this is the way I look at it. I'm leading you guys. I'm leading people that are purchasing the course or services. I'm leading them to the lake, or the lakes. You know, like the saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I'm not making you guys drink. I'm leading you guys to the potential places that you can drink. I'm explaining what happened when I drank this lake. I'm explaining what happened to me personally when I drank that lake. I'm not saying that if you drink that out of that lake, you know, you're going to have diarrhea. Personally, because some people, I mean, I don't know. They might have a less sensitive stomach and not have that issue. But, you know, I'm just speaking metaphorically. But at the same time, like that's all I'm doing. You gotta show people here's the table. Like, I'm putting stuff on the table. The person right here, which is your CPA, is gonna tell you exactly what you gotta put, you know, keep on the table. But at that point, you at least know, okay, I got it. Like, I got what you know, what's there. Because, you know, you got to be able to ask sometimes your CPA the right questions, because they might not know. They might not know to be like, take the reins and take the responsibility of stuff that you might need to do. Like, that's just the reality. Like, they're not going to come in and be like, hey, I was thinking the other day, you might need to use Avalera. Or I was thinking the other day, you might need to do this. Why? Because to save money. Like, the average CPA doesn't do that. Like, I mean, you might sit there and be like, yeah, mine does. That's amazing. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people that I used prior to Empire Tax, they didn't do that crap. They weren't ever thinking like that. So it's like, just having somebody to come in and make any suggestions at all is super helpful. Like, I mean, it's like, and giving you comparisons. But I still feel like you just, as a coach, as a consultant, as a course maker, you got to at least say something. Because otherwise, people just don't do anything. I mean, I almost feel like if I didn't say anything on sales tax, people would pretend like it didn't even exist. Like, it's like example, I'm in the video here. Example is like on like Amazon. We all can see that Amazon charges tax in like, whatever, 13, 14, however many states. You can see that clearly. All right. Now, what are the differences on the states that I actually have to charge it myself? What are the fees on those that I'm charging versus what Amazon's charging? Because if Amazon's charging, there's no fees. If I'm charging, there's fees. What's the fees? 2.9%. Okay. So when I'm saying that stuff, a CPA isn't going to know Amazon per se. You don't know that. They're not going to know Amazon. So I have to say in relationship to Amazon what you have to look out for, what you have to factor in, because it's just a reality. If you can't see that, then they might be doing the books, they might be doing whatever, but like, look, you got to see what's in relationship to what, okay? Because there's a lot of little variables and things that can get you in trouble, and as things change more and more, I mean, if you're not paying attention and staying up with the times and knowing what to ask your CPA in your particular situation, you can get screwed. So, but I'm never at any point saying, do this. I'm saying, check this out. Look at this. Give this, a look. That's essentially, don't necessarily do it without, verifying, but that's essentially all I'm saying. So I think in that sense, it's okay. So that is the end of this, controversial video. I know that some people have really been grilling a lot of the coaches and course makers, but at the end of the day, I do feel like you got to connect the dots in some senses. Like you got to connect them in some senses, and put two and two together, so that they can at least make those business decisions. So that's all. That literally is all that I really think that is necessary, and from that point, they can make the decision based on what the real licensed professional says. So that's it. That's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one.